We are at Hogwarts right now.
That one in the middle could be McGonagall.
So I just spent a week in Portugal shooting a ton of Bring Me videos, and in one of the cities in the center of Portugal called Coimbra, we came across these students wearing what I would call Harry Potter robes.
They're just missing wizard hats, that's all.
It literally felt like I stepped into one of the movies of Harry Potter.
Right here, somebody's wearing a robe.
I did some digging online to see if there was any other Harry Potter-esque things that I could find in Portugal, because I'm a huge Harry Potter nerd. Found all these articles like 10 ways Portugal inspired Harry Potter, the Harry Potter fans guide to Portugal, these 11 places are straight out of Hogwarts. And a lot of it was kind of just fans being fans with very few factual evidence. But I will say that being there in Portugal and seeing some of these places, you can't help but think, damn, this feels like I'm in Harry Potter.
Because the first taking an exam right now. How could you concentrate on anything when the room is that beautiful? I feel like the next room is going to be the Great Dining Hall.
J.K. Rowling actually lived in Portugal teaching English in the city of Porto. The first thing that was on most of those lists was the Livrario Lello Bookstore. And they say that this inspired Flourish and Blots, the bookstore from Diagon Alley. Even though there's no factual evidence to really back this up, they have turned it into a total Harry Potter attraction. Like, you have to go, wait hours ahead in line, buy tickets just to enter the bookstore, and it's filled with Harry Potter nerds. Escaverio de Bellamonte. It's a tiny broom store where they make handmade brooms, and it's absolutely gorgeous. Just the sign alone looks like something out of a fantasy novel. Cafe Majestic in Porto. It's a beautiful Belle Époque style cafe, and it's rumored that she spent a lot of time thinking and writing part of the first book here. I didn't actually make it up to Porto, but I did go to the University of Coimbra, which is where the tradition of the robes in Portugal started. And also the library there is rumored to be part of the inspiration for the library at Hogwarts.
So this is the library, and it looks way fancier than any library I've ever been into.
Oh, so it's like the restricted section, because they have a wire
The
on it.
library is a restricted section. If you were to open any of these books, they would just start screaming at you.
Yeah.
I really wish we could see some of the students in here now in their capes, just like studying.
Hay que acender algo.
Oh my gosh. It just smells like old books. I feel like I've gotten 20% smarter just by being in here.
I learned that in order to take care of the books, they have bats, like 20 bats that live in here that eat the insects, so they don't eat all the paper in the books. And then they actually cover the furniture with cloth and stuff so that they don't poop everywhere.
Let's find them.
Yeah. I mean, and what's more magical than a library that has bats?
Living in it.
Yeah. This place is amazing. Coimbra University was actually the first university in Portugal. It used to be the palace, and they converted it to a university. The robes came about because they wanted a uniform that could equalize all the students so that there wasn't like classism, so you couldn't really identify who was from a higher class or from a lower class. So the uniforms used to be mandatory, but now they're optional. When we saw, it was mostly students taking their graduation photos. So we're now in the dungeon.
In the prison.
Yeah, well, they said dungeon.
Yeah, call it what you want.
Prison, dungeon, not quite sure why there's a dungeon, probably because there was a palace before.
No, it's for the students.
What?
Yeah, so it's like if the students disobeyed, if they were like late to class, they threw them into the dungeons. So this was the prison cell for crimes that weren't that bad. So if you were just like late to class, you'd go into this prison cell with like toilets built into the staircase. And if you did something really bad, then you go into the solitary room.
Oh my God. This is where the Slytherins hang out, obviously.
We're just looking for signs of snakes. I
Yes.
feel like there's clues around.
And trolls. So after our tour of the university, one of the locals said that they knew a place where we could go try on the robes. So we ended up at a mall, at a store where you can rent the robes for like 50 euros. It's a little steep for us, so we're just gonna try them on, maybe do a photo shoot at the mall, feel like we're students of Coimbra.
Yeah.
What surprised me was that there's no hands, like no sleeves.
No, it's literally just a big piece of fabric.
Yeah.
I think it must be wool. It's a little bit itchy, but it's nice and heavy. It feels very comforting. Like
I already feel like 20 times smarter and more regal.
I'm thinking of like I'm trying to work out if I have room in my suitcase because I would honestly
I
just
know-
wear this in everyday life.
I kind of, if it was not as itchy, I'd wear this as a blanket around my house
Yeah.
all the time.
This guy looks like he's had a couple too many drinks and he's just like leaning against the window hoping that nobody notices.